Hello. Now we're going to go over setting up your authorized.net merchant service and how that's going to integrate into your iVacation Online account so you can start taking online bookings through your listing and your websites integrated with ivacationonline.com. This is going to assume that you have now been in correspondence with our merchant service company, you have been approved for your authorized.net account, and you have successfully logged into your account for the very first time. There is a process of setting up security questions that we won't go over in the video because that's going to be private to you and your settings as far as what you want to pick and how you want to secure your authorized.net account. But the emails will walk you through that. And then once you're able to log in your account, this is where this help section can start. And the first thing we want to remind you is to make sure that you turn off your test account. Your authorized.net account comes standard in test mode, which means you're able to test your system, but it will not charge a credit card. It'll look like it's charging a card, but it actually is not charging it. You can turn that off immediately because you can do a live test, which we recommend, and then you can always void and refund those tests. So now to set up your credit card processing, when you log into your account, you're going to navigate to Settings, which is right under here under Account. Then you're going to come over here and look for API, Login ID, and Transaction Key. Now, the main thing that we're looking for here is we need two numbers out of this account. One of them is called an API ID, and the other one is a transaction key. So we're going to copy and paste these two numbers into the My Account section on ivacationonline.com. So you could get that ready by navigating here to your account details under My Account. On the right-hand side is where we set this up under Tenant Payments. You can go to Edit Payments. And then we're going to go to Add a Record. And since we're using the authorized.net gateway, we're going to go ahead and get ready for that. And again, this is going to be a simulation because we're actually not going to do this for security reasons, but I'm going to show you where to find these numbers. So then you log in where it says API, Login ID, and Transaction Key. And this will be a two-step process of verifying your security questions. And then you're going to, this example here, I can show you this is an API ID, but I'm not going to be able to show you the transaction key for security reasons. So this will be a simple copy and then paste into this section. And then let's just assume you copied and pasted the transaction key. I'll make some numbers up here. And then you go ahead and add that. Here's another tip. At any time, click on this instruction button inside of your My Account section. You're going to see this authorized.net setup help. When you click on this page will appear. This will give you the exact same walkthrough that we're giving you here on the video, but it'll be here in writing with images, so that's a very good graphic representation of how to get your API and transaction key out of authorized.net and how to copy and paste it into your My Account section here to set up your payments on ivacationonline.com. Okay, and that's it. So at this point, you're done with your authorized.net setup, and now your system should be communicating. Your iVacation Online account and properties should be communicating to your authorized.net system, and we're good to go. So now we're going to navigate over and start working on the rental rates. And this is obviously a very important thing to set up. It takes some time and some thought process to make sure you get exactly the setup that you need for your rental. So today we're going to assume we're setting up daily rates for the coming year. So we're going to go ahead and navigate to rental rates. And now we know that the authorized.net account is in place. So that's very important because you won't see some of this setup until this is in place. So we're going for a new schedule for 2016. You have the choice between a weekly Saturday to Saturday schedule and the daily. And the daily seems to be the most popular schedule, so we'll go ahead and add that schedule. And this is going to allow us to price every day of the remaining part of this year, which is 2016. And let's just say we're going to price each day at $249. And we click Apply Schedule. And what this does is this now priced every day of our calendar at $249. Now we understand that you're probably going to want to make changes to this. You can change individual days one at a time if you have particular holidays or events coming up. Or you can use this tool up here in case you want to change your weekend rates to a certain price. And then also you can do this by date range. So maybe you have different rates in the summer than you do in the fall. This is very flexible and you can change your rates per date and get it where you need. But for this example, let's just go ahead and say we're happy with the $249 for every day of the year. And now we're going to go to our rental data. This works in conjunction with our rental rates, and this is going to be where you're going to set up items like your cleaning fee, any mandatory fee that you might have, a management fee, your taxes, and also your payment schedule. By that I mean, how much do you want now? How are you going to take that payment? And when's the second payment coming in? So let's just go ahead and get started. This is also going to allow you to set a minimum night setting. You can also do this by date ranges. So maybe the first 3 months of the year you have a 3-night minimum, but maybe in the summer you have a 7-night minimum. So you can use this tool here to select your dates from and pick ranges and have different data for different sets of time. Also, let's say your tax rate changes in 2017. You could have 2016 set up at, say, 10% tax, but you know that 2017, those bookings have to be at 11%. So you could just select that year of 2017 and change those dates with this data manager here. For this example, we're going to use this tool and just select all the dates. Then after we do that, we go to the next tab and click Edit My Data. And we're going to have a minimum 3-night stay that we're going to implement for the whole year. We're going to add a cleaning fee. Let's call this $149. Again, this is all by example. You can also not tax any particular items if in your municipality you don't have to tax items. And we're going to put in an 11% tax rate. And then our check-in times are also selected here. We're going to have a 10 a.m. check-in and a 2:30 check-out. These are just being made up for the example here. Number of payments, we're going to go to 2 payments. We're going to go to a percent. Let's say we're going to ask for 50% down. And here's where you're going to decide how and when you want your payment. So I want the first payment. I want half of it now, and I want it on my authorized.net account that I just set up. So this is where I pick the setting of that first authorized.net account that I just set up, and now this system is going to give me that choice as how I accept my payments. And then the second payment, I'm going to ask for, say, 60 days before arrival. I want that made by credit card as well. The system sends out email reminders to get those payments, and then I'm going to go ahead and click Save. So that's really it. Now you can come back and customize this. We also have more help videos available in here. You can set up your different fees, but now the point is you have your authorized.net account hooked up to this system. We suggest that you go ahead and do a test booking so you can see how you would refund a guest in your authorized.net account. You can void the transaction immediately and bypass any credit card fees as long as you do it before it settles. And then you can also void and cancel your leases inside the system. Please get used to this. You can edit and change anything that you like. Let us know if you have any questions.